to Deep Thoughts with Todd Handy. Hello, friends. I am your host, Todd, and this is Evening Alpha. Actually, it's just the chill stream. What's up, guys? How you doing? Deep Thoughts with Todd Handy. That is such a good reference. I know Dusty is like, what is that? I don't understand. pretty good. Awesome, guys. Welcome. Another episode. It is Tuesday. We are chilling out, hanging out. Thought tonight we would do some. Oh, God, adjust my camera. I thought we would do some mid-journey rolls and start talking about stuff. Also, if you want to we could continue like crapping on anti-royalty projects if you want. I was pretty heated. I gotta admit, I was surprised at how heated I got. Right, I'm not like angry, but straight up, man. Like, if you try to like knock us out, I'm gonna go after you. You know what I mean? Like that affects our community. And so I don't know if you guys heard the 2:00 Twitter space was pretty good. We're gonna see what's up. Like, for those that might not know, if you guys are like, what the hell's going on? Very recently, Magic Eden and X2I2 announced that they were gonna have what was it? Flexible royalties. So flexible royalties. I found it fascinating that they didn't have flexible transaction fees, especially since their transaction fees are basically a royalty for them. I think that's a pretty one-sided thing, and it kind of is anti-Web3 and anti-community. And it's just going to bite them in the ass, I think. You never know. You never know with these things. But, we're already talking about it. We had a meeting this morning, actually, to say, okay, well, what can we do with this? Is there anything that we could do or say to kind of like not take part in this? Because when you're a project, obviously, like, we have no control, right? Like, there's nothing that I can do to stop them from having access to our content, right? I can't just say, stop. If you don't respect us and you don't respect the will of the project and the will of the project's community, don't sell the work. Like, I can't do that. There's nothing to stop them. What we can do, though, is potentially, and we were talking about it this morning, I'm not saying we're doing this. It was just a mental exercise, but we were like, well, what can we do? And I was like, well, what if we can't stop them from pulling in all of our data, right? Like, that's just the way the blockchain works. But what we can do is we could block their server and block their URL from the images. So you could have the adult fantasy page and there would be nothing there. Ain't nobody buying anything, right? And it's like, that sounds like a pretty good way to protest this shit, or redirect to another image that says, this website, this platform doesn't support creator rights. Please check us out on OpenSea, which I also like. I think that'd be pretty awesome. We're going to see what we're going to do. I don't know. There needs to be a stand, though. I mean, what are they going to do? Like ban us from the site? Like, there's no reason for us to be there anyway. So it's ridiculous. I'm obviously get a little hot about it because I care. It's important. I care about this stuff. Comic artists and creators and especially visual artists have been getting their ass kicked for 200 years in terms of the royalties, been getting stiffed. It's the first opportunity, literally the first opportunity in history for visual artists to be able to get a royalty on their work. And these idiots are going to try to take it, like, remove it, because they basically just want to get greedy and have an extra 5 or 10%. Natasha says option 2 is fire. Right? Like, what are they going to do? Like, ban us? Like I said, what would that do? Like, you're not giving us, you're just taking our shit anyway, right? It's very akin. I mean, in a weird way, like, even though I was never, I mean, I'll be honest, like, back in the aughts when the MP3, the people, like, when the MP3s were huge with like LimeWire and P2P networks, and when Metallica was rising up against their fans and shit, like, I didn't really give two shits about it. I thought they were being stupid, but I kind of was like, whatever. I kind of get it, not because like I'm on the other side of the tracks or anything, but like at least with NFTs and Web3, like you're genuinely like this isn't a one-way street. It's not like the rock band isn't getting paid. It's like the rock band and the fans are in alignment with making that brand stronger, and you're depleting the treasury. You're raiding the treasury. Napster, KG says, yeah, exactly. Napster was one too, for sure. So yeah, man, it was a kind of a deep conversation. I don't want to like, I mean, we could talk about it. I could go on about it. I've seen it in comics for decades too. Back in the 70s, Neil Adams did a creator bill of rights, and all the creators agreed to it, but of course the corporations were like, nah, we don't think so. So it became kind of an internal document of like what we would desire, and it did move the ball forward a little bit. And then the image guys kind of popped out in the 90s and kind of took care of a bunch of shit. But what is this? Let's see. Dusty says, I remember back in the day my parents receiving a notice because I was bootlegging Warner Brothers movies. Were you torrenting Warner, like hundreds and thousands of movies, dude? May have happened a couple of times. Hilarious. Oh man, so funny. Awesome. Yeah. And what else do we have? So what else has been going on? We're continuing development for the website. Well, for the adult fantasy website for sure, but we're also working on that revision of the minting site. I'll show it to you. I don't know if you'll be able to tell. I mean, I worked on it all day, but I don't know if you'll be able to tell any differences on the surface. Let me close this up. Let me just get this ready to show you. So I'm really liking it. I'm actually very happy with it so far. I'm super critical of my work, and so I've been kind of stared at it like all day. I was like, yeah, I'm not getting tired of this. So that usually tells me it's pretty decent. So this is the site that we're building right now. In fact, let me show you where we were. All right, here we go. So this is where we were. This is live. This is the Hail Draconis mint site. You guys have probably seen this. As I mentioned the other night, this was basically modeled off of pre-mint. And my thinking was, one, I didn't have time to think about this bullshit. I just had to get it out the door. So I was like, that's a cool design. Let me go for it. So we just kind of rocked it. It was a heavy on the tech side. So we were like, okay, we just got to rock and roll with this. Plus I was like, people are going to come to this website and they're going to need to go to pre-mint to pre-register. And so if the sites kind of look similar, I thought there might be some synergy between them. So the flow would be better. Now that I've had a little bit of time to step back and kind of, think about it, it's fine. It's not a bad design, but I wanted to kind of update it. We want to add some features. I've been mentioning a lot that while NFT launches are not crowdfunding campaigns, I do think there are some elements within the crowdfunding space that benefit NFT projects. So what we've been doing is I've been setting it up like this. And so this is sort of the newer site that I'm working on. Same exact thing, honestly. Like there's not much that has changed. Some of the buttons I'm testing, I'm going to test green instead of just pure blue. I'm thinking about having a countdown calendar here, a little countdown clock for time remaining, adding a video. There's, like I said, there's a lot of things that we can do that feel like basically take the great things from crowdfunding that we know work and kind of pop it in and add to the value of the drop. And then made the page wider so that you can read more and kind of see more. And then we're going to have some, what you can see right here, I'm starting to design the Burn My Ashcan comics. So you'll click this, there'll be a modal that pops up and it'll start the burn process. So that's kind of what I'm working on right now. So I got everything except the burn process stuff done. I've been looking at, I take screenshots. So one of my secrets is like, especially from design, I I take screenshots of everything. I have a massive, massive database of like website reference and marketing material. I mean, you name it, I probably have it. It's still kind of hard to find because it's so much, but it's like my art files, right? Like back in the day, comic artists used to have uh, filing cabinets. Like their studio would be nothing but filing cabinets, and it would be not. They'd have a folder for airplanes, and they'd have a folder for cars. They'd have a drawer for people, like because you need to reference these things when you're looking. And of course, with the invention of the internet, we don't need that anymore. We have folders on our desktop. So I have a tremendous amount of files to reference from. Uh, and so, yeah, I'm actually really happy with this. I think it's going to be a cool design. Like I said, when I'm working on something, uh, it has to hit me in the right spot, and I can't get bored of it. If something catches my eye and I get like bored, or it just doesn't hit me anymore, then I know the design's not ready. But this is it's clean enough. It feels good. Of course, all these buttons are not actually going to be here. This is just the mock-up for Melissa. She needs to be able to see every single button in every single state, possible state. And so this is just all reference stuff, So this is all lorem ipsum, basically. And yeah, it's going to be really cool, man. I'm really excited about this. We're going to keep building out the Mint. So we're going to continue to build out this Mint site, both for us and for partners. So the burning mechanic will be built in here. This all runs on, you guys know, it runs on Azuki 721A. Melissa spent all year building it out. So every time we add a feature, that new feature, like burning, becomes an extension that any one of our partners can use, right? So we're starting to combine the things that we need with things our partners ask us to build, and that makes a big utility ball that the next person that comes in, whether it's us or a partner, can then use and save money and all that kind of stuff. So slowly but surely, I mean, it looks like we're actually going to end up having a platform for people to actually launch products, and not just any product. I think because of what we have, we'll be able to have, you'll be able to come here and actually select form factors, right? Like how cool would that be? Like, oh, I want the original JPEG, the square, or oh, I want something a little more rectangular, or oh, I can use the 3D player, right? And actually do a full-on collection with the adult fantasy technology. So that's pretty cool, man. I'm really excited about this. I'm also working on I don't have it yet, it's just sketched out, but also working on a type of pre-mint page. It is not pre-mint. It is really basic, but basically like a step even before pre-mint, which is just a page where it'll have some information, some artwork coming soon, and an email capture form so that people can stay in touch. And so that way, if you sign up to the email form, then we can ping you and be like, hey, pre-mint is live, go sign up. And I know people like to diss email, but it's still super powerful. And if you've ever tried to keep track of your 200 discords, it's impossible. But your email, like we can say, hey, pre-mint's open, go check it out. And so we can really hook that up. So this will be live for the Origin comic launch. The Origin comic is doing well. Got some files back. There's like a couple of small text tweaks that we got to do, but that's moving forward. We're also working, you guys know, we're doing the art contest. We're going to talk a little bit more about that tonight. And I want to do some Midjourney rolls because that was a lot of fun. And so, we got Carrots here, we got Willie D here, we got KG, we got everybody here. So might as well try to do some Midjourney rolls. That contest, as you guys know, has been extended. We're still working out a couple of details. Some stuff was brought up in Summoners, which was great. So thank you guys so much for asking some great questions. Basically, this is all totally on us and on me. I take responsibility. That the Midjourney document is so thick. Like, I'll show you. I'll show you what I mean. It's let me find it. I'll just pop it in here. 1 second. Yeah, like the Midjourney document is like we didn't mean for it to be thick. It's like you're like, oh, we have this contest. We should start writing some rules for the contest. And you're like, cool, let's do it. And it's gonna be a really simple contest. And then you start writing it, and you're like, well, there's like 9 million things that you need to like take care of and make sure that people understand. And I didn't actually think that anyone was going to draw anything, even though we were like, yeah, if you're an artist, go for it. we thought everyone was going to use Midjourney, so that's totally on me. Because I'm like, yeah, of course our community is going to fucking come through with some hardcore stuff. So we're just clearing some stuff up, like nothing major. I think everyone's going to be super happy. We're excited about it. So yeah, we're good. Also, props to Dusty. After we, Dusty's in chat. Dusty, was it like last week that we kind of realized the order was weird with the art? Was that last week? Okay, basically, like last week we realized that it was really difficult, especially for something like Midjourney, to get that prompt. We did end up finding ways to get the prompt, so it is possible, but it takes work. Like I'm not gonna. I saw someone and I talked to them, and they got the prompt correct, but it took them like 2.5 hours of rolling, and I was like, man, that's just too much. And like, I mean, it's cool. Don't get me wrong, I love it, but it's not. It didn't seem as fun as it should be. So next time we do this, which is just, as soon as this character drop is done, or this character design is done, we'll go ahead and do the next one. The next round, we're going to change the order so that the art contest will be first. That way it's purely based on the image. It doesn't matter, like the attributes and all that shit doesn't matter. And then it'll be the name and the attributes. And that way the attributes don't have to be visual. They can be other things. And then the bio. Awesome. Carrot says, got to eat, but coming back in a bit to have some questions. Awesome, Carrots. I love your questions. You always make me sweat, and I appreciate that. Dusty says, yeah, I think last week, and it's generally challenging to create a specific attribute using the prompt. It is. It's a little challenging. So we just kind of want to work around that, right? We're like, okay, well, we'll switch the order, and then we're gonna modify the actual, like, we're going to clarify how the drop is going to be so that you guys will know exactly what's coming out and the order. And in fact, it's like actually like made the prizes even better, in my opinion. I was like, oh man, this is like, it's a huge freaking giveaway. So I'm stoked. I can't wait. But right on. So with that said, let's hop over to, one more thing. So inside of Gravesend, the travel guide, inside the character foundry thing. So props to Dusty for reorganizing this. And having to do some text tweaks. What I want you guys to see, though, is right here we added the Adult Fantasy Midjourney Cookbook. Okay, so we now have the, and I know that's kind of small on screen, but right there is the cookbook. Okay, it's a little pin, and so we click on that, and you basically have the entire Midjourney Cookbook, including, who is calling me? Oh, I know who this is. Sorry about that, guys. I love that. Don't you love it? Right in the middle of the live stream. That's cool. So basically what we have is we have the Midjourney cookbook. We have a how-to area. We even have a training video. So this is on 10/12. We ended up doing a live stream in our chill stream, basically walking through and doing some rolls. We'll do more tonight, but this basically goes through like how we use this guide to get really good rolls, and we got some great ones. And then we have the prompt guide. By the way, look at how, like, again, look how suave Dusty looks in his like American flag shirt, and I look like my face is melting. Like I seriously look like I'm just having, like, I don't know, a medical issue, and Dusty looks like he's just stoic. He's just like, look at that. He looks good. That's great. I'm glad I chose that thumbnail. Anyway, prompt guide, art styles, body pose, modifiers. So we're gonna play with this tonight. We're gonna switch the screen over to Discord, but I'm just gonna be pulling stuff from this document. So if you're like, where's Todd pulling all these prompts? It's literally from the Adult Fantasy Midjourney Cookbook. Okay, so let's pop over there. Natasha says face melting, laughing my ass off. It is. It looks like so bad. Let's see. All right, here we go. Right on. Okay, so I am inside. Let me close all this stuff up so we can see everything. All right. So I am inside Adult Fantasy, inside the Foundry. Right on. If you guys want to hop in, feel free to hop in, and we're gonna do some playing right now. We're gonna figure out some stuff. So give me somebody in chat. Carrots had dinner. So KG, Willie D, like you guys, Natasha, even if you want. We're gonna play this. So I'm gonna start with an example. So inside of the Adult Fantasy Midjourney Cookbook, if you scroll down, there is a section called examples. And I am just going to pick one. Let's pick this one. And I'm going to come over here and I'm going to paste it and I'm going to call it Imagine. All right. This is our start. So let's start to modify it. What should some of our modifiers be? A modifier, or we can change whatever. It can be a different artist. If you guys have the Adult Fantasy Midjourney Cookbook open, in fact, you know what I'll do? Well, you know what? I don't know if you're going to be able to see this, but let's see if I can. I'm going to share my entire screen. Give me 1 second. Let me try to move this over and do this for us. Let me do this. Give me 1 second, guys. Move this one over here and move that one over there. All right, let's try this. Oh, you know what? I have a wider screen up over here. So let me get rid of my Trello board. There we go. And now let me get this. All right, let's try this. Share again. There we go. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to enlarge this. Let's see if it'll let me. Is that good? Can you guys see that? Awesome. All right. So we have prompt guide, art styles, body pose, modifiers. I've got my copy over here, which is just an artist name, Ed McGuinness, comic art, Katsuhiro Otomo, comic art, Art Adams, comic art, 1990s X-Force art, body armor, laser cannon, weapon, female body pose, beautiful, cute woman, cute face, standing 3/4, detailed costume, pinup art as original comic art, and then aspect ratio 2:3, which is like a card shape. I'm just going to roll this because why not? But let's give me guys in chat, like, give me some ideas. What do you guys want to, what should I add or change? It can be a modifier examples could be, a medium shot or tan skin or a round face, or maybe even adding some other references like Overwatch or League of Legends or something like that. We could also change artists if you want, right? We've got a ton of art styles over here. Fighting pose, Willie D says. Hell yeah. That's great. Let's try fighting pose. I'm going to do fighting pose. You know what? I'm actually even going to do this. I'm going to push that. So one thing that I know about Midjourney is that order matters and weight matters. So fighting pose is the first thing in there. I'm going to try that. And then I'm going to weight it 2.0. So to weight it, you type a colon and then a space, colon, and then 2.0. And now everything has a baseline weight of 1. So now I'm saying this is twice as important. This prompt, this phrase is twice as important as everything else. Oh, look at that. That's kind of a cool thing. Look at that one. That's kind of neat. Maybe give it a second. Let's see what it looks like. That's pretty sick. 82%. You know, we'll just roll this. Anything else? Fighting pose is up there. Should we do anything else? We could change artist. We could change style, whatever you guys want, or we could just roll it. All right, let's just roll it and see what's up. All right, so it is waiting to start up here. This one worked. So that's pretty cool, man. So things that are good and things that are bad. So the costume is pretty cool, man. I like that a lot. Obviously, the anatomy was a little wonky on the hands and the legs. But honestly, like that's something that could be like if you were to roll this, and the waist is a little weird. If you were to roll this and it won, what I would do is I would redraw this, right? And so we would have a really cool character kind of in this pose with this detail, but just with things that were fixed. So that's pretty cool. I want you guys. What my takeaway, what I want you guys to get out of this, like tonight when we do this, is to understand sort of the like the possibility, not just the possibilities, but to let you guys understand that if the hand is all bobo or the legs are broken or something, it's still cool. Like you can still win. It doesn't have to be a perfect image, right? It's really about the character and does it seem like a character and is it a cool character design? And to me, that's kind of a cool character design. So if that was your best role, like why not put it in and see if it wins? Oh hell, look at that, dude! It went for fighting pose, but it picked it out of a statue. That looks great. Wow. Okay. Here, I'm gonna drag that. That's the other thing you can do is you can actually drag these to your desktop. Did it work? Yeah. In the middle of the render before it fucks it up. That looks wicked, man. That's totally cool, man. Oh, great. You guys are absolutely coming up with some good ideas now. Cool. Let's see this. Look how cool that is. The face is a little busted, but that's freaking dope. Like she's got a boxing glove on or something. And it's just fully rendered like a toy or something. That's really cool. Now that would be hard actually to put on a card. That would actually be very difficult unless it was perfect. But that's still really cool. All right, so let's see. I'm going to copy this since we're going to stick to it. But you see how when I weighted it with fighting pose, I put fighting pose first, and I put a weight of 2.0, and all of a sudden you got something that's kind of more of like a fighting pose. She's a fighter. She's got boxing gloves, and she's in a pose. She's not just like standing there. So that's pretty good. So you guys said cyborg or something similar. Let's do it. Female, like a. This is called a cyborg. And feel free to modify if you want me to remove something. I'm totally cool with it. So we'll just say cyborg. You know what? Maybe what we'll do also is like, maybe we'll weight that 1.5. So not as heavy as fighting pose, but heavier than other things. Villain. Okay. That's great. That's a good one, Natasha. Villain. Let's see. We got, so we said fighting pose, cyborg, villain. Throw in David Nakayama comic art. Ooh, okay. And punk rock costume. All right, let's do it. Okay, well, KG, you want me to throw in? You want me to add it to the group? The style of David Nakayama comic art. People say in the style of works. I don't see a damn difference. But what the hell? It couldn't hurt. In the style of David Nakayama comic art, or replace one. All right, KG, you're in control, man. What should I replace? We've got Ed McGuinness, Katsuhiro Otomo, Art Adams. Ed McGuinness is the trait. He's kind of does like thicker, strong characters. Katsuhiro Otomo isn't really in here. He's really maybe we'll replace that because Katsuhiro is the guy that created Akira. So sometimes you get these cool anime things. But I'll go ahead and eliminate that since it hasn't been strong tonight so far. All right, there we go. We want me to replace Art Adams. Okay. Keep Katsuhiro. Okay. Keep Katsuhiro and eliminate Art Adams. What's up? All right, and then punk rock costume. Should I replace body armor with punk rock costume? I'm gonna guess so since it's kind of like different. All right, let's try it. This one did come out pretty cool. I'm always curious, like, what was it looking at to get all this stuff? Like, it's clearly a sculpt, but man, it looks so good. It's so crazy. All right, so it looks like we're getting. Hopefully, it'll pull itself out. It might be a blended image. Oh, okay, totally different. Oh, that doesn't look too bad. It looks like it's coming up with a character, like one character. The worst is when it's like, two torsos intertwined. It's getting there. Let's see if it saves it. I don't know. That arm is a little wonky. We'll see if it pulls it out. Oh, okay. That's interesting. It's getting a little crazy. We may have to pull back on a couple things. I don't know. We may have a little too much in here. We may have to cut some stuff out or rearrange some stuff. It's pretty nifty looking. Let's see what it looks like so far. A little abstract, although I like that waist. That's pretty cool. And if it doesn't work, we'll just re-roll it. You know what I mean? And we'll change it. So we'll have a re-roll of the exact same prompt, and then we'll change something to see if we can fix it. So while that's doing, I'm just going to copy this and kind of get it ready. Let's see. All right, so here's the final. So a little wonky. It did fix the face a little bit, but the arm is kind of jacked. It's a little bit of a mess. So let's do this. Oops, wrong one. Let me cancel that. We're gonna re-roll that prompt. And then we're gonna need to, so the prompt is re-rolling, and then I'm gonna copy paste it again. So fighting pose worked. David Nakayama comic art will keep. I'm going to eliminate laser cannon weapon because we're not really dealing with that right now. Feel free to throw this up in chat and I'll add it or change it. Standing 3/4 we can remove because we're looking at fighting pose, so I don't want something that's kind of fighting. I'm even going to remove as original comic art. Sometimes you get some cool effects, but it's not a major thing. Cyborg, punk rock, villain, female, body pose. Body pose we probably don't need because we have a. And then let's try this. So we have fighting pose 2.0 weighted in the style of David Nakayama comic art, Ed McGuinness comic art, Katsuhiro Tomo comic art, 1990s X-Force art, Cyborg, which is weighted 1.5, punk rock costume, villain, female, beautiful, cute woman, cute face, detailed costume, pinup art. And sometimes pinup art gives you cool poses because it's like pinup art. So let's see what's up. This is looking crazy. That looks great. I'm excited about this one. This looks good. Look at that belt. Oh, let's see what's this. So it's really liking that red curly wavy hair, right? Or that like kind of, you got that red curly wavy hair here. You've got blonde but really curly kind of wavy hair, and then you got this one which is like really curly wavy. Oh, this one's gonna be jacked up. Look at that. That's actually pretty good. I'd have to probably fix one or two things. I know it's so hard to see on the screen, I know, but you guys can actually jump into Foundry and see this if you want to see it on your computer. But it's actually pretty good. Like the anatomy is a little weird. It needs some fixing. And you know what I'm going to do? So sometimes when you have something like this where it's almost there, that's when I would do a V1, like a version. It'll roll a different version. Usually the versioning is not as good as the original. Like it actually loses some of the texture, but it will sometimes render it better. So you'll get a better render, but you'll lose some of the cool color texture. So let's try it though. So we're gonna do a V1 on this. This one's just looking crazy. It's looking like, oh man, that's so cool. I wish it was like, Not a torso inside of a torso. Oh, what's up, Carrots? Welcome back. Give me 1 second. I'll check out your question. Hold on. Let's see what's up. Right. So see how it's like fixing this this version already looks a little more anatomically correct, but it does kind of eliminate some of the texture. Uh, like this belt is way cooler and this belt is way more normal. Uh, but it fixes stuff a little bit. Like her hands are a little jacked, but that face is a little better. It's all right. It's usually on something like this, you could probably like combine the two drawings and kind of like get some cool anatomy out of it and kind of fix it up a little bit. It's kind of interesting. We could probably we'll roll it one more time just to see how it degrades and how it changes. Like I said, usually it feels like a degradation, but I guess it's all up to eye of the beholder. So we'll check that out. So Carrot says, where is it? So all of these bios and art are for the next mint, but my question is for lore and story of the current crop of characters. Okay, cool. Was thinking of doing, NaNoWriMo, hell yeah, man, this year, and wanting to use the characters, but unsure what direction to take the story or if I should just go to town and see what comes of it. Oh man. Dude, so the characters that we have a little bit developed right now, we have Primordial. We have the Primordial's birth story, like his origin. Well, his birth story. I wouldn't say it's origin. We developed Solar Mannequin and his story. And then we developed we're doing Cobalt Fox now in lore games. And we have Devoid's origin story that's coming out. Outside, and those are that's in-depth historical things. But I don't know if you necessarily need it. Like, it's up to you. I'm kind of curious, like what you're thinking. If it was me, if I wasn't trying to write something that was the characters that we've been actively developing, and we're just moving down the list, or really doing what feels natural when it strikes, then I would use the bios on the back of the card, because those are the actual bios of the character, right? So what I find fascinating, and this is just me, it's really just I can only speak for myself on this, but one of the things that I've been fascinated with, hold on real quick, let's look at this. Yeah, so that even, see how it rendered it out even more. So now it's like a little more comic, but it's not as smooth and slick as like the anatomy of the other one. KG says, love the mask. I think you mean that one. Yeah, that's a pretty good mask compared to that one. Although that hair kind of thing is pretty cool. Yeah, it's really neat. Here, I'm gonna, while we're doing this, while we're talking carrots, I'm gonna re-roll something. So let's just re-roll it. What the hell? Re-roll the same one and see what happens. So what I find fascinating, and one of the things that I love about character design and intellectual property and branding for character franchises, is that characters are multifaceted, right? Like you are, as a person, you're not necessarily defined by the times that you're only happy or only sad or only angry, or by your day job, right? Like you're not defined by that point in time where you're doing your day job, right? Like we lead multiple lives throughout our life. Like who I am today is not who I was 4 years ago, and is not who I was 4 years before that. Dude, did it re-render the same thing? That's crazy. That's nuts. Now it's getting way abstract. Here, let's try this. I'm going to throw something down so we can continue to talk here. So the other thing you can do, I'm just going to roll these down. I'm going to throw 4 of them down so we can see what's up. So these are just going to be the examples, and this will give me like a little bit of time to talk while we're doing stuff. Should be on relaxed, but it seems like going pretty fast tonight. Oh, it's fast. Oh, yeah, that's right. It should be fast because we're in evening alpha stuff, and I don't want you guys to have to wait. So this is some stuff with Venture Brothers, some stuff with a little more detailed rendering. Let's see. So anyway, what I was saying is one of the things that I love is the cards are actually kind of funny. Oops, jump cute. Okay, the cards are kind of funny, but the stories that we've been telling are actually kind of dark and serious, which is kind of the way it should be if you think about it. Like they can sound funny, and then you're like, whoa, that's like really dark. So you say so. Carrot says. The bios on the card get me started, but then in terms of creating much more in-depth backstories and world creation, guess I can just see what happens. 50K words, it gives me lots of room to explore. Dude, I would. So there's a couple things we can do. Okay, I'll propose something, Carrots. So there's a couple things. One, you can just say, hey, 50,000 words, just go for it. Two, you can roll your own lore games. Like it's a game system. We have the instructions on how to play it, right? Like you can roll that. Although I don't know if I've released the game instructions need a little bit of work, but you've watched it live. You know how to play it. Or we could, if you really want, we could release the instructions. Just it needs work. It's not complete yet. But you can roll your own lore games and kind of go through that process of like throwing stuff against the wall, shifting stuff around, moving. Then you move to that clock, right? The story clock. And then you move to the further steps where it actually breaks down the story clock into multiple sections. And even if all you do is fill in the blank, you're going to have a story, right? That's all we do, right? The other thing you could do if you really wanted to get in deep with it is like, if you want to do a NaNoWriMo and you want to come up with a character backstory, we could hijack a Thursday lore games. I wouldn't mind. I would have no problem helping you with that, and we could get the community to talk about stuff if you wanted to, right? I also don't want to impose lore games on your NaNoWriMo project because NaNoWriMo is awesome. So up to you. Does this help? Let me know if that helps. I mean, ultimately, I think if you're worried about whether it could be considered lore or not, or actually fit into the universe properly, then feel free to write. We could toss it onto lore games, or you could do your own lore games, or you could just do your own version of it, create a story or create an outline, and then push it to Discord. If you really want feedback on it to kind of tie it into lore, like I'll do everything I can, and we could talk about it on Thursdays and Fridays and all that kind of stuff. In fact, maybe I can talk to Zach about posting the outline for the novel, because the outline for the novel for Blood and Metal that he's writing is fucking awesome. Excuse my French, but it's really good. And all it is just the simple beats that we came up with, just refined. It's really amazing once you see it kind of pushed in there. Carrot says, good thoughts. I have 2 more weeks to prep. Definitely more concerned about making sure it fits into future plans. Yeah, for sure. Well, we'll help you with that, man. I mean, that's what we're here for. I mean, it's an open world and it's an open book. Like you could have, I don't know, Carl working at an ice cream parlor. Like it depends on how deep you want to go. Like we have you also, Carrots, check out the lore games. Let me do this really quick. Give me 1 second. Where is it? Everything is huge now. Hold on. Oh, I zoomed in on everything for you guys. Okay. So what you could do is check out Gloamquake. You guys have access to it. It is public. I know we posted it, but inside of Gloamquake, so you've got the cult, which is we're working on. These are other stories, Carrots, like the Gloam Awakens, Are You Sure? The Auditors of Destiny, Her Name Was Jurassic at the Grand Heist, Belly of the Beast, A Matter of Faith, Arrival of the Battle Planet, and there's like 3 more. The gloam cracks, Primordial wakes up. Not all of these are stories, and not all of these are things that we're going to get to. So if you see, you could absolutely pull out pieces in here just to get your thoughts. Like this is all stuff that's been lore gamed out, right? So these are all things that we can all pull from. You know, like there's this. Are you sure? We've got Terran and wakes up from strikingly realistic nightmare. What was the nightmare? Like it absolutely could be used to jog your memory. And these are things that we've plotted across the universe, so they're not like 100% because we kind of tend to pick something and just go deep into one so we can get that product out. But yeah, feel free to pull stuff and we can talk about it. Yeah, Carrot says, yeah, could use that for a quick framework and then go deeper. 100%. And again, dude, if you want, I think I need to post all of our tools in Discord. I got to do that. But you should go ahead and try it, man. And that way, if you plot out your 8 points and you post it, or you just list out point 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, we can play lore games inside of Discord. Like you don't have to wait for Thursday night. It's literally the way you make a story. So, you know, it's not, you know, we gamified it, but it's not like we invented it. So here's, oh, that's cool. Look at that. That's kind of cool. Like that. That's like a half gene or something. That's actually a pretty good render. That rendered out pretty nice. That's pretty dope. So this was Hiroaki Samura and Paul Smith. Both are known for drawing beautiful women. Hiroaki Samura is Japanese. Paul Smith is American. And so you kind of get, it's kind of like an interesting combo here. That's pretty nice. That worked really well. Ed McGuinness, and that's my normal one that I've been using here. That's kind of cool. It's a little off, but she's like sitting on this edge or something. Kind of weird. I'm going to roll that again on the V1 and see if I can get that to tighten up. Venture Brothers style. So that's fucking dope. I wish it had a head. It drives me nuts when it cuts off the head. That is a really cool image, man. That's freaking dope. I love that. It's so close. It's so close. All right, let's see if I can get a V1, and I'm going to re-roll it just to see if it'll hit it. Another one. Ooh, look at that. Oh, that's cool. We got Ed McGuinness again, Venture Brothers art style. But look at that. You got a cool jumping character. That's a great action pose. That's wicked. That would be usable in a comic, pretty much. That's really, really cool. I don't know what this guy's doing on the ground over here, but okay. You do you, buddy. Like, this is awesome. Super cool. All right, so let's see what we got. Oh, it's rolling again. God, yeah, fix those legs. Look at that center body. That's so good. Oh, here it is. This one re-rolled. Oh, it tightened it up. Oh, that's ill. It's so close. It's so close to being super good. It's still wonky as hell, but the details in there are really cool. Let's try it one more time on that one. So that one rolled up. Yeah, see, it tightened it up, and it kind of lost some of the flair to it. Like this one's a better design. This one's a better roll up here. It's just it has a better face. Oh man, look at this guy up here. Let's see. Oh, now we're getting a good face. It's got a good face. Still, now it kind of messed up the body, but it's starting to try to work itself out. I'm going to keep rolling this. That's 80%. I'm going to keep rolling it. Let's see. Damn, it's so close. This is almost done. There it goes. Look at that. Look at his head. It's like a light bulb. Homeboy has a light bulb for a head. And I got to say, I really love it when Midjourney starts throwing different characters in the background, just random weird character shapes. It's so cool. Anatomy is terrible on this one, but it still kind of works. I'm going to re-roll it too. Let's see what's up. Dusty, what do you think? Do you want to? Do you have any suggestions? No pressure. You don't have to. Let's see. Let's see what we got. Oh, it rolled it. Let's see. Yes, now it's kind of losing it. Although at the leg, now it's getting the anatomy. It's getting the anatomy a little bit more. I'm going to just keep rolling this one and see what happens. Oh, yeah, there we go. We're getting like a center body. Oh, that looks cool. 22% in. I don't know if it'll catch. Oh, that's cool. That's a great. Sometimes when it's like 22% or 30% or something, like the images look so good to me, like as blurry images. I'm like, man, that looks so cool. Oh, now there's like weird stuff sticking out of his head. Oh, it's getting weird. That's cool. All right. Ooh, there we go. The Hiraki Samura rolls are doing really good tonight. That looks great. Let's see. That's looking pretty cool. Some nights, man, I'm telling you, some nights you just like there's like one prompt style that you just roll and it's always good. And I don't know why that is. Like, oh look, this combination works tonight. And I will say there are some artists that never, ever, ever, ever work. Hey, what's up, studio? How you doing, brother? Avery, what's up? Avery's in the house. Welcome. We're doing some mid-journey rolls and showing. I created this. We created this adult fantasy mid-journey cookbook, which is just all the prompts and all the styles and body poses and everything to get. These have all been tested, and they tend to get like pretty decent rolls. So I'll show you the artist so you can kind of. Avery, you know what's up. Let me know if there's somebody in this list that I don't have that needs to be in there. Oh, that's getting kind of cool. Look at that. That looks dope. We're getting there with this one. Let's see. We're getting there with this one. Her leg is all fixed. It's still a little weird, but I could, that could make it to a card. Let's see. Try it one more time. And then this one turned out pretty good. Little weird on the hand. I think her hand is on backwards. So that's a thing. I think her hand is on backwards, but that's a pretty cool image. And then this guy. Look at that guy. What? Look at all these superheroes in the background. Just all these like weird characters like flopping around back there. Look what this guy is made out of. What the hell? It's like sinewy. It's like crazy. And I'm going to V1 him and roll that again. Let's see what's up. All right. So let's try. We're going to do some modifications. Feel free to pitch in, anybody on the mods. Let's try to add some new artists and some different stuff. Let's see. Let's use. I'll just go down the list. Let's do this. Mark Silvestri comic art, Jim Lee comic art. So I'm going to take out Ed McGuinness and Katsuhiro Otomo. And I'm going to add faces. I'm just going to use this. Mix of Selena Gomez, Kate Upton, Jennifer Lawrence, just for reference. Paste. And I'll keep Art Adams for now, but maybe I'll add 1990s Marvel Comics. 1990s X-Force art. I'll add 1990s Marvel Comics. So we're going heavy in 1990s. Should I do 1990s Extreme Studios? I'll do 1990s Image Comics. This character is going to be huge. Watch. This character is going to be muscly and massive. It's a massive person. We'll do a female, and then we'll try to do a male. Ooh, look at that guy. Oh, he rendered up. That's cool. Look at that face. That's crazy. He's looking good now. It's like all these weird characters going on in the background. Strange. Avery's been using a bunch of AI stuff too. Avery's been killing it, man. Some of the drawings that Avery's done are freaking incredible. he's already blending them with Photoshop, and Avery's really good at Photoshop, so he's been like combining stuff and uh like creating really like almost like ethereal images. It's really cool. Look at that. All right, let's see. So this is a reroll, Venture Brothers style. See, it's like the skinny waist band tonight. Like it's like I don't understand why they're going for the skinny waist. Let's try a V1 on that, and I'm gonna reroll it. This one's rolling good. 47%. I wish it was a little higher on the screen, but look at that face. That's great. Doesn't that already look good? I swear you can tell the good ones early. Watch it be completely different. Watch it just like trash the face. Oh, Studio says I'm on my phone, so I can't see that much detail. That's all right. This is in the Adult Fantasy Foundry, so you can check it out anytime. Natasha says this is super cool to watch it in action. It's really amazing. So Mark Silvestri and Jim Lee, that's way more detailed art. That's their style. So you're gonna see way more like crunchy images. Let's see, which something just popped. Look at that guy. That's the second version. That's just weird. It's like longer arms and like horns on his helmet or something. That's kind of a cool costume. I could see that being some weird bad guy or something. That's all right. All right, here we go. Interesting. Way crazy details. All right, let's do a version of that. See what's up. This guy is moving. Another Venture Brothers style, but a little crazy. I don't know if that's going to pass. Let's do this. I'm going to do. Yeah. KG says just open it on Discord on your phone and watch it render. Yeah, because you guys, I mean, this is happening live, so you guys can see it. I'm going to roll the same prompt again, and then I'm going to roll the same prompt, but I'm going to turn it into a guy. So same prompt. That was this one right here, this female, right? I'm going to do Silvestri comic art, Jim Lee comic art, same stuff. I'm just going to say male instead of female. I'm going to take out the beautiful, cute woman. I'm going to take out the faces because we don't want a man that has the face of Selena Gomez. That'd be weird. Might work actually, but I don't know. Instead of beautiful, cute woman, we'll say handsome man. And then cute face. The handsome men have cute face. I guess that's fine. Standing 3/4. Let's do, instead of standing 3/4, we're going to push a little further into Jim Lee. Let's do the modifier, where the poses, body pose. Jim Lee dynamic pose. So I'm going to go to Jim Lee dynamic pose, and I'm going to swap out that standing 3/4. So Jim Lee's getting in here twice. So usually when I do this for Jim Lee is a phenomenal artist. But yeah, you can see it. Usually when I do it for Jim Lee, like it's like this parody of Jim Lee. Like it's just like it's just like the Midjourney is just clowning on Jim Lee. It's really funny. So we're gonna roll that and see what that does. But this is freaking huge. This is interesting because it went for a male, even though we had female body pose, Selena Gomez, all that kind of stuff. Like that is just, look at that. That's crazy. That is super like 1990s, by the way. Like I'm ready to go with that, dude. Let's do it. Let's see. You can see it's a great render. It's gonna be really good, I think. Look at this guy. Dang. Like his arm is missing, so we gotta fix that. But the torso is fantastic, man. That's like really cool anatomy for a comic character. That's really neat. It looks great. So we're gonna do a version of that. Oh yeah, it's getting the Batman. So that's one other thing, man. Like I don't know what it is, but and this one might be because of Jim Lee, because Jim Lee has drawn Batman for a long time. But there must be a ton of Batman images in Google, because oftentimes you'll start to see little bat ears appear on the stuff. There we go. We're starting to get some like veiny arms and some Jim Lee stuff in there. That's looking pretty cool. All right, let's do it. He's getting, I don't know, man. That's getting worse. But I'm going to try it again, but I think that first one was the best, even if it needed work. This one needs work, but it actually is like that torso is actually pretty cool. I could, we could fix that up. It's just, man, that's a little rough. This one's a little rough. This is like that hair. Oh, faces. Try Jude Law, Denzel Washington, Keanu Reeves. Let's do it. Look at that. It's still, no, this is not fully rendered, but there it is. It's starting to get his hand, like a hand going. Here's look at that guy. Jeez, it looks like he's in through a war. He's like standing on the, look at this dude. He's standing on like his back. He just beat him up or something. Definitely getting more of that like 90s thing, although it looks like it's having trouble rendering the character. But it's starting to kind of get there. And now it's starting to, this is a little messed up. That actually looks a little like a Simon Bisley or something. All right, let's try this again. So we're gonna do, maybe I'll cut some stuff out. Oh yeah, that's that. Let me do this one. We'll do, actually, you know what? We will do this one rendered better, I think. Nah, you know what? I'm gonna stick to this one. Sorry. All right, so we're gonna go image, imagine, prompt, and then mix of male body pose, handsome man, cute face. We'll say mix of Jude Law, Denzel Washington, Keanu Reeves. We now know what Natasha likes. All right, let's go. Let's check it out. And let's see if we got anything else. I'm also gonna try. I'll try to redo the Selena Gomez one. All right, here we go. We got two rolling. It's rolling the same one. You know what? Maybe did I re-roll? It's really liking that, man. I did a prompt re-roll, but it started with the same thing. That's crazy. That usually doesn't do that. But it does look like it's a better image. It must have gone to the same images. That's crazy. Look at that. That's awesome. The hands are a little wonky, but that's actually a really cool figure. That's really cool. All right, this one's looking crazy. I think it's sticking to Batman. You see it's got the ears again. Like I don't know if you can see it, but he's got like little Batman ears right now. Oh, there it goes. They went away. I like that cathedral behind him. That's cool. Let's see. Oh man. Oh, it's getting dark. That's cool. I like that. The face icon is really neat. I actually like that. That could be a cool logo. By the way, I think we're gonna start like messing with the Adult Fantasy logo. So if you guys have ideas for the Adult Fantasy logo, we should roll some. We could do some Midjourney rolls. Now that looks really cool. It's like he's taking a little step forward. I know it's all in darkness, but that's really a cool silhouette. I like that one a lot, man. That's super dope. That looks great. That's great. All right, let's try another one. Let me see this. That looks really good. I'm gonna U1 that one and see what we got on a larger scale. Anything else to U1? So U1 is upscale. These are pretty good. This one was kind of crazy. Well, I might upscale one of these guys. I don't remember which one, but yeah, I'll upscale that one. That's pretty cool. Yeah, and then one of these, this one was pretty neat, but it just didn't flow right. And then that was all right. Okay, cool. So we got a couple good ones tonight so far. Yeah, it's very cool, black and white, KG. Like super good. I'm gonna. That's why I'm upscaling it. I want to actually look at it. Look at it. It's really like choosing this roll for some reason. That it's like, again, when I re-roll the prompt, it should technically start from scratch, but it's picking up the black and white for some reason, which is really cool. Like it's kind of the same image, right? Like it's kind of the same references. Let's see. I'm gonna open this up. Look at that. That's cool looking. Super subtle, but really nice. And I really like that kind of like that shape, that face on him, on his chest. That's pretty cool. It's suggestive of a lot of things. Let's see. That's a little weird. That's not a good one. Wow. All right, let's toss in another artist. Let's see what we got. Let's see. Imagine. And let's do. Sorry, I got a reflection on my screen. It's hard to see. Let's do. We could go big. Let's go. Let's try Dale Keown. Let's try Dale Keown. Dale Keown. Dale Keown draws really big characters. And then let's try something. Let's try something weird. Like Dale Keown has like a 90s really detailed, intricate muscle style. John Romita is a classic 1960s, 1970s comic artist. So this should kind of look strange. I don't know. And I'm going to keep Art Adams in there just because I think it's a good tends to work. And we'll keep Jude Law, keep it male. And oh, Carrots at Dave Cockrum. Yeah, we'll do that. Let's do that next. Let's do that one. I can't believe Dave Cockrum. Is Dave Cockrum on my list? He should be. If he's not, good call for sure. Oop. Copy, paste. Let's do. Let's take out Dale Keown. I know it's Keown, but I was like Keown. Dale Keown, and I'm gonna do Dave Cockrum. Dave Cockrum, classic X-Men artist, so freaking good. So now we've got Dave Cockrum, John Romita, and I'm going to take out Art Adams for this one. Art Adams tends to roll well, so I kind of keep it in there as like a balancing thing. I don't know why Art Adams rolled well, but I guess there's enough stuff on the internet with his stuff in it. So this one up here is already messed up. It's got 2 characters in it, so we know that's not going to roll good. So I'm just going to take this and copy it. The minute I see 2 characters, like I know it's not going to be a good roll. Almost never. Ooh. All right, look at that. I was going for a close up there. Do we take out a pose? Body pose we have. Well, that's silly. Body pose. We don't really have like a standing pose or an action pose. Look at that face. Oh, man. All right, so let's look at this guy. It's almost done. All right, let's see. Interesting. So we got a lot of the muscle stuff, but it just completely was a botch. So let's try that one again, but it might be too much. This one as well, you can see it's already coming in with like double legs. It's 50%. It's got double legs. I know it's not gonna. I know it's not gonna turn out well, so I'm just gonna like re-roll it, copy paste it. Let's see. Look at that, dude. Look at that face. Holy crap. Okay, that's awesome. I'm gonna add. I'll be adding. We had Dave Cockrum right now. And that's how we do it. We just add to the. So no body, but damn, that face is sick. That's like a legit face, man. That's really freaking cool. That looks great. Wow. That looks awesome. That's so classic right there. Yeah, that gets an upscale for sure. Let's see if we can. I'm going to re-roll this, and because I did really well, I'm also gonna roll it again, but I'm gonna see if I can roll like an action pose or something. In fact, I'm just gonna say, well, it said Gimli dynamic pose. Maybe if I do action pose instead of Gimli, let's try action. I'm gonna push it at 2, a weight of 2. And in fact, not only is it a weight of 2, I'm gonna push it to the very first prompt, which is going to give it prominence. So that should get more of an action pose. So Dale Keown isn't really rolling well tonight. Although that looks like a cool cover, but it's not really catching the figure too well. All right, well, that didn't work. This one, yeah, that was the botch. We knew that was going to work. We can re-roll that. Oh, that's kind of like a Dale Keown. That's still rolling. I can't get over this one, man. That's literally a perfect face. That is a perfect comic book face. Yeah, Natasha says very emotive, and it does have the combo, right? It does have like a Jude Law, a little bit of Denzel, a little bit of Keanu, like really like chiseled and stoic. It's great. It's like looking in a mirror. Oh man! All right, we'll do a couple more, and then we'll call it. Yeah, look at that. Let's look at this big. Oh, look at that! Look how cool that looks. That is a perfect face. That is such a good face. This is how our meetings go for hours, Dusty says. Me. Oh, we got some comic panels down here. That's kind of cool, but not what we want. But action pose, maybe it was too general, maybe character action pose, or Dusty says I am contractually obligated to agree. This is true. That's not too bad. That's actually kind of interesting. It's like a Batman Captain America or something. Kind of a weird anatomy, but that's kind of neat. He looks sad. He looks lost. It's like, why did you roll me? Let's see what we got going on. We got some rolls here. Started. Oh, here we go. What is this one? That looks crazy. Now we're getting into crazy town. Let's see this one. That just looks weird. Look, it's got the logo at the top. It's got like a little Marvel looking thing and like some stuff at the top. It's weird. It's almost like a Spider-Man or a render shape thing. That's kind of cool. Let's look at this guy. This one just doesn't have anything. It's got some people in it, but it doesn't really have. It's a cool composition, but I can't tell what's going on. This one is also a little crazy. That's a little out there. I don't even know what's going on in that one. Oh, I see. There is a torso in there. That's a little too much. All right. So that got some bombs. Let's try I'm gonna try the Dave Cockrum one again because that was great. So I'm not gonna add to it. I'm not gonna say action pose. I'm just gonna roll the same thing. Does this make sense, guys? Like, it's really not that complicated when you get the hang of it, and especially if you start with the Midjourney cookbook, because you're not going to have any problem rolling something like inside of the bounds of cool styles. Like that, literally the Mid-Journey cookbook. Not only did I test the whole thing, oh, that's kind of cool, but it's also within the things that made up my style. Like different mixtures of it. So you can get some really cool stuff going on. What is going on with this guy? He's just colors. Look at this. There's nothing there but color. That's kind of cool. Oh, now we're coming in. Come on, roll. Let's get some Dave Cockrum and John Romita in there. You know what? I'm gonna try it one more time because I think that's a really cool combo, and I'm gonna weight the artists. So Dusty, while I got you, man, let's tell everybody, when is the contest running to? It's end of the week, right? Something like that. We extended it. This one's way too pure color, but still kind of cool. Dusty says Sunday. This coming Sunday, which is what I was thinking, right? So we will. You have until Sunday to roll your characters and place them, and then repost. Place them or post them inside of. So you can roll them inside a Foundry or your private server, whatever you feel you want to do, and then you just push it into passport control. So passport control, because these are characters, they need to go on the quote unquote passport. So make sure to have it in by end of day Sunday, and then we'll start looking at it on Monday. Look at that. Oh man, that's a Keanu face up there. Nothing else makes sense, but that Keanu face is pretty good. See, when I start getting jumbled images, I start simplifying. So I'm like, okay, well, maybe there's too much in there. So like, let's just do this while we're rendering that out. What if we just did? I'm going to eliminate a couple things. I'm going to take out body armor, laser cannon, weapons. We'll keep male because that's necessary. We'll take out body pose. Got dynamic pose. I'll take out detailed costume. Let's see what we get. The faces, I mean, yeah, the body, everything else is crazy, but that face is actually pretty good. It really is almost the same face as this guy. It really is. It's like, okay, this is a combination of those three people you asked me to do. That's actually pretty cool. That's a great turn. So like if I wanted this as a character and I saw this, I would just clip this head out because now I have a front view and I have a profile. So I would know like how to draw the character. I actually might do that. That's actually pretty good face. Might be the reason to make it a UI to upscale it. All right, so now we're losing it. That's not what we want. Try it one more time, and then maybe we'll call it. We got these two. I'll say, instead of generally dynamic pose, I'm just going to do my old school standing 3/4. Let's see what happens. Same thing though. Jude Law, Keanu, Denzel, Dave Cockrum, John Romita. Yeah, so this one is still rendering, but it actually does look like a page from the 1960s. So this one written really hard into original comic art. It just dipped really hard into original comic art. It's got the panels. Oh, there's a guy again. That was a little more Keanu, maybe. That's kind of cool. It likes his face. It's really focusing on his face more than when we rolled the female faces. You know, when we rolled the female faces, we still got the full body. This is like profile shots, which is interesting. Look at that. All right, we'll look at that. I don't want to spoil it. Oh, it's coming out cool. It is. It's the same guy. It's a real blending. You Natasha, you were like, yeah, let's combine these three faces, and now you've got like an original face, but it's like from every angle now. All right, so it's almost done. I want to compare it to this big face over here. See how similar it is. Okay. Look at that. It's a little different, a little more stylized, but it's basically the same face. Isn't that cool? That's so cool. Very close. So I think it really did find like a good combination between Denzel, Jude Law, and Keanu. Like that's actually pretty accurate. So now you're seeing like it's like, yeah, this is what this person would look like as a comic book form. So that would be great if I was trying to come up, and this is something that we can do when we come up with characters. Is like, oh, we need this character in this prison inside of the lore games book that we're doing inside of the cult. So we need the warden. Okay, well, the warden could be, Jackie Gleason combined with, I don't know, somebody else combined with somebody else. And you can actually get that face, and that can actually be used in the book, which is probably what we should do. It's actually kind of a good idea. So we should totally do that. Very cool. Natasha says like a younger version. Yeah, absolutely. Well, awesome, guys. What do you guys think? You guys feel confident? You think we can bust some stuff out by Sunday? I want to see some art, man. I have not. You can tell. Look, I'm straight up with you guys. You can see I have not looked inside Passport Control. It is still highlighted. I have not looked in it, and I never look to see who the artists were that posted it, who the creators are. I mean, it doesn't matter anyway. I'm not voting, but I like to wait until the whole thing is done. So, yeah, guys, I hope you guys are enjoying this as much as I am. This is really a lot of fun, and I want to stress. KG says, "Good stuff. Exhausted my $10 sub." Hell yeah. Dusty says, "All of it is a surprise to us. Don't like the look until it's judged." Yeah, me too. I don't really like the look until it's judged. And I'm just gonna put this out there, man. Like and I'm not gonna ever knock other projects, but there's so many projects out there and so many companies that are like, yeah, we're community focused, and then it's like, which way would you like to go, path A or path B, right? Which sounds like you're getting a choice, but they wrote the question, so either way they win. You know what I mean? Like, we're doing all of this from scratch. We're like, yo, if you guys want to like create characters, create characters. If you want to write bios, write bios. Like, let's do it. Let's scale it up. And pretty soon we're gonna have a pretty good push to bring in new people from outside of the NFT space, which I'm really excited about. So, we're gonna expose a lot of people to the stuff, and we're gonna really be growing at a nice clip here pretty soon. I think so. There's nothing else like what we're doing, and that's not to brag. It takes a lot of work, right? A lot of other companies are just like making cool stuff, but they're not really focused on they're just kind of like, the community is along for the ride. And that's, I think what makes us fundamentally different is that you guys are in the driver's seat on this one. And look what we're creating. Look how cool this stuff is. So with that said, I love you guys. You guys are awesome. And yeah, we will see you next time. We're going to be hopping into Discord soon. I don't know what the time is. Dusty and I'll talk about it. But we'll be doing evening alpha games, after party games tonight. We're actually so sidebar. Dusty got lucky and got like a beta release of actually playing. There's a new thing where you can play games inside of Discord. So I think we might try that tonight just to see what the tech looks like. He's on the beta list. He's all special. He was like, you don't have this button, Todd? And I was like, well, no. He was like, oh, well, maybe someday you'll have the button where you can play games inside of Discord. And I was like, well, that's not fair. Like, why can't I have that? He was like, well, you're not special. And I was like, well, that's not nice to say. But that's just Dusty. Dusty says, all skill, no luck. I have all the beta features. KG's like, special Dusty. All right, so we're going to pop over to Discord. Give us a little bit of time. It'll either be at 10 p.m. Eastern or 10:30 p.m. Eastern. I'm not sure what we're going to talk about it. But pop over there and say hi, and we'll be around. All right, guys, love you. Hope this was helpful, and I want to see your characters. Like, let's go. I want to check them out. I can't wait. Let's do it. This next drop is going to be sick. All right, guys, love you.